Welcome to all of you, and thank you for having me here. This is from the Privacy Rights Clearinghouse, as you can see. During the period from January of 2005 through just August of this year, 263 million records have been announced as breaches. That means your sensitive information, my sensitive information, our credit card numbers, our social security numbers, our bank account numbers, these are stored in the databases of our businesses, our government agencies, our not-for-profit organizations. What's it cost? Okay, so you've got 1,000 records, let's say, in your database, personal records of consumers, and you suffer a breach, and you've got to notify this consumer. What's it cost you? Current insurance industry studies indicate that it will cost you over $200 a record to notify all those people. See, that's 1,000 records in your database. That's $200,000. When TJ Maxx lost 34 million credit cards, the cost to them and to their insurance provider was astronomical. Sometime about 4 months ago, a woman in the accounting department of a hospital received an email from Facebook. She's a Facebook member. The email said, "A long-lost junior high school friend of yours wants to be your friend. Click here." She did. Over the next 2 weeks, $600,000 was withdrawn from the hospital's bank account. How did it happen? Well, the Facebook link wasn't just a link back to Facebook, and it really wasn't a long-lost junior high school friend. It was a cyber thief who had found this woman's Facebook identity, discovered that she worked in the accounting department of a hospital, crafted an email, sent to her. The email had built into it a Trojan horse. She clicked on the email link. The Trojan horse was loaded on her computer, went right past her antivirus program, because this wasn't a virus. It was something different than a virus. It lodged in her computer and started just keeping track of every keystroke she made. Took those keystrokes, sent them back to the cyber thief. We think the cyber thief's in the Ukraine. We're not sure. That's where the IP addresses seem to come from. And as I say, over the course of the next 2 weeks, sold $600,000. Now, of course, the hospital wants the money back. The bank says, hey, it's not our problem. It was a legitimate user ID. It was a legitimate password. The bank says, we did our due diligence. The hospital says, well, yeah, but maybe we're at $600,000. What do we do? Because what the cyber thieves do is they take over computers. They run the spam through those so they don't get filtered out by the internet service providers. And so it's like, if you know the old Pogo cartoon, we have met the enemy and he is us. These are our computers being used to harm us. This is not just a matter of management. This is a matter of leadership. This is a matter of culture change. You can either pay a little bit to prevent a problem, or you can pay a whole lot after you've had the problem. Your call, But clearly, it makes a lot more sense to pay the few dollars to avoid a problem than to pay the large money. Management has got to send a clear message. I've already talked about that, but let me emphasize it again. Okay? They've got to let everybody know that everybody's responsible for protecting this stuff. Go ahead. Okay? If you do it right, your result is what we call information peace of mind. That's where you know the risks. It's not that your head's in the sand, you know the risks. But you also know that you're doing everything appropriate. You're not throwing zillions of dollars down the drain doing it. You're spending the right amount of money. You've got a good program. You've got it balanced. Okay? You're meeting that information security standard of care, and you're lowering your total